Hey, what's up, y'all? And we got another college football 2025 preview and prediction. And up today, we do have the Virginia Cavaliers. Yeah, aka the Wahoos. But anyways, last year, Virginia went 5-7. Uh, they were close to making a bowl game, but fell just short. And so Tony Elliott still seeking his first winning season at Virginia. I guess this will be what his fourth year. So he's coaching for his job. So anyway, so last year, offensively, Virginia was bad, like 23 points per game and 360 yards per game. Anyway, so you do lose quarterback Anthony Colandrea. He entered the transfer portal, and then the backup Tony Musket is out of eligibility. Anyway, so last year, Colandrea had just over 2,100 yards, 61.9% completions, 6.6 yards per attempt, 13 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Yeah, that's bad. And then he was sacked 39 times. Yeah, the offensive line was terrible. I mean, y'all were Colorado bad on the on the offensive line. And then, but you do bring in 7 offensive line transfers. So I mean, they can't be any worse than what you had last year. So I mean, the offensive line got to at least be better, right? And then, at quarterback, you did bring in Chandler Morris from North Texas. Much better numbers than Colandrea last year. 3,700 yards, 63% completions, 7.4 yards per attempt, 31 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, and was only sacked 12 times. And then I mean, that's in you're getting an upgrade at quarterback. And the running back situation, you do lose your leading rusher, Kobe Pace, 500 and something yards last year, and only 4.4 per carry. But you do bring back Xavier Brown, who was much better per carry than Pace. Brown had 6.1 yards per carry on 80 carries, so he had almost as many yards as 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 pace. So, and then from the transfer portal, you also got got Jakari Taylor from North Carolina Central. Yeah, he's a big back, and he had 1,100, almost 1,200 yards at NC Central. So, and then you've got you also got Harrison Wally from Wyoming. I mean, even though he only had like 300 something yards last year at Wyoming, when he was at Northern Illinois, he was much better. He had almost 1,000 yards at NIU in 2023. So. Anyway, yes, I think your running back room is gonna be better, and then wide receivers and tight ends. Your top receiver, Malachi Fields, transferred. And then your second receiver, your tight end, Tyler Neville. He's gone to the NFL. And then yeah, but you do bring back your third leading receiver, wide receiver, Trell Harris. And then you had like 15 catches and like 300 something yards. Anyway, but then from the transfer portal, you did get Jamal Edrine from Purdue. Yeah, he didn't do that much at Purdue. Only like about 20 something catches, 300 something yards, but it's still a lot more than anyone returning on your roster. You got Cam Ross. He had like 37 yards, 37 catches, 400 something yards at James Madison. And then you've got Jaden Thomas from Notre Dame, which, I mean, he only had 18 catches last year, but still, that's more than anyone else who you have returning. And then let's see, again, then you also, like I said, you lost your tight end, Tyler Neville, but you do bring back your other tight end, Dakota Twitty, who might be related to Conway Twitty. I don't know, but you did not get any tight ends from the portal. And then okay, so I think your wide receiver room overall is gonna be more talented than it was last year. So yeah, I do think that your offense all around is gonna be much better. Okay, so now we take a look at defense, and it was bad last year. 29 points per game, 408 yards per game. Okay, so on your defense, so you'll start with the defensive line. You do bring back defensive tackle Anthony Britton, though you do lose Jameer Carter out of eligibility, and Michael Diatta to the transfer portal. However, from the portal, you did get Osborne from Alabama, and then you got Jacob Holmes from Fresno State. Yeah, it was Hunter Osborne. Yeah, now a backup at Alabama is going to be a starter at Virginia. Even though he couldn't get on the field at Bama, but Bama is just absolutely stacked. So anyway, so the next defensive ends, you do lose both of your defensive ends, Cam Butler and Chico Bennett. They're both gone. However, from the portal, you did get Fisher Kamak from UNLV, and he had 7.5 sacks last year. You got Daniel Rickard from Tennessee Tech, 7 sacks last year, and Kazim Moore from Elon, 6 sacks last year. So that's good. Y'all brought in guys who can rush the passer. So who can get to the quarterback, get sacks, which was something that y'all were sorely lacking in that department last year. And then linebackers, you bring back all your starting linebackers. You brought back Cam Robinson, Trey McDonald, and James Jackson. And then from the transfer portal, you also got Maddox Marcellus, who was a starting linebacker for Eastern Kentucky last year. And then your secondary, you do lose 4 in the secondary. You lost safety Jonas Sanker, who was also your leading tackler last year, gone to the NFL. He actually got drafted by the Saints. So, and then I also lost Antonio Clary and Corey Thomas Jr. And cornerback Kempton Shine. But you do return cornerback Jam Jackson. But looking at the transfer portal, you did bring in safeties Jamarcus Crosby from New Mexico State. He was a starting safety at New Mexico State. Bring in Christian Charles from Tennessee, and you got Devin Neal from NC State. And yeah, he was he didn't play much last year. He actually quit on his team after 4 games because he wasn't starting. However, he did start in 2023 and had 4 interceptions. Okay, so and we look at corner. Yeah, you bring in 6 cornerbacks, including Emmanuel Carnley from Miami, Jamarick Morris from Georgia State, and Jordan Robinson from Cincinnati. Now, these are some tall corners that you brought in. You know, a lot of 6'3", 6'4" cornerbacks. So, but anyway, so yeah, I think that the defense will be better. I mean the players that you lost, you know, or I mean I mean it could be addition by subtraction. So anyway, now I guess we better move on to the schedule. So you start out against Coastal Carolina, and I mean you blew them out last year, so I would expect a similar result. All right, so you're starting 1-0, and then week 2, you are at NC State, and you're losing this one. You have to play them there. Haven't really looked a whole lot into NC State, but I mean I don't see you going on the road and beating them, and this NC State game is actually being counted as a non-conference game. So, and then you've got William and Mary. Yeah, that should be an easy win. You should steamroll them. And then up next, you've got Stanford. Now, Stanford is terrible. They've been terrible. Yeah, you're beating Stanford. And then next you do play Florida State, and you get them at home on a Friday night, and you know what the rule is with Friday night games in the ACC. You always pick the home team. So plus Florida State, I mean I can't imagine that they'll be as bad as they were last year, but still, I think that's a win. And then up next, you do play at Louisville, and if you saw my Louisville prediction, then you know that I have you going on the road and upsetting Louisville. And so you're starting out 5-0. I mean, 5-1 heading into your bye week. And then you come out of that, and then you play Washington State at home. And I think this is a win. Long way to travel for Washington State. They did lose their quarterback John Mateer transferred to Oklahoma. So yeah, I think that's a win. So I've got you starting out 6-1, which is amazing, and getting bowl eligible. So anyway, so then next you do play at North Carolina. Now, if you saw my North Carolina preview, then you know I got you losing to Bill Belichick, and then next you got to play at California. Now this is a long travel. Gotta go all the way out to the West Coast to play them there. I mean, even though yes, they do lose their quarterback, Mendoza. So I mean, they're not going to be very good, but you do have to play them there. It's a long way, so I think you drop this one to Cal, and then next you're back home after the back-to-back road games to host Wake Forest, and I think this is a win. Wake Forest is terrible. And then you play at Duke. Yeah. I mean, Duke was a good team last year. They won 9 games. I don't see you going on the road to Duke and winning. So I think that's a loss. And then yeah, the losses are piling up. And then you've got your second bye week before you play Virginia. And I mean, Virginia, owns y'all. They usually beat y'all, kind of a tradition. And yeah, I think this year is no different. I think they beat you again. So yeah, that's you coming out to 7-5, and 4-4 in the ACC, and that means going to a bowl game. All right, so that is going to be it. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Give me your prediction for Virginia. And thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.